And rising, Elizabeth. Thank you for joining us this morning. At 9 a.m., we will close our social media and continue on Zoom only. Join us by getting your Zoom link at elizabethvisionaryconference.org. We'll be there until 10 a.m. You can join us now, and we'll see you in the Elizabeth Zoom room. Today, your hosts are Queen Aduni and Danny Stillwell. Enjoy.
Good job. You heard it?
Yeah, good job.
Yay! I thought maybe that would help. So hi Facebook and hi Zoom and hi YouTube. We're so happy to be here. So very happy to be here. Okay, you guys are quiet now. You can kind of loosen up. Everybody was so today. We got some good information and good things to go over. And I'll tell you, my girl Gwen, Grace, Imani Hurst is here. I met Imani. I met her at Landmark Education, and she was one of the leaders there. And we, just bonded. I think Gwen, I see. I'm calling you all the three names, right?
It's fine. It's fine. I'm okay.
I know her.
I am some version of all of that.
And I think you come to my shop at one time because you guys were saying that I have a natural hair shop, and we were over on as the other sister was saying, Dancy, I was over on Houston Whittier it was my first real shop. And that was when I had brought all my friends, because I had so many clients at that time that I would have to distribute them. I couldn't handle them. Isn't that good when you were in abundance? And you know where when I was sharing with you guys about your cup needs to be full, and you give from your overflow. You give from the salt, yeah, from the what do you call that? That's not the sauce. You get from the have your cup,
the vessel,
the saucer, the sauce, the plate. I don't know where, but you give from your overflow. So I was, and that's really how the salon, as I should say, because I was doing hair, but at that point, I had so many clients were calling. And so I was giving it to Alice, and I was giving them to Doris, and I was giving them to, and I was training other people so that we all came together, which is a whole miracle in and of itself, how God opened that door for me. It was amazing. So we'll share that story at another time. But so I remember when I joined, I started taking classes with Landmark Education. They Gwen and a few other people, and she said I remember this, she said that y'all were trying to tell me about Landmark Education, and I was telling you because I was full walking in Christianity at that time. And I said, whatever, something that y'all said that I said about being, I'm with the Lord, whatever it is, that I'll get it from that.
Yeah. Actually, Sheila, we met working on the license for natural hair. That's where we actually met.
Right, because you weren't a braider.
I was a braider.
About the license. Yes.
That's how we actually met. And like my experience of you was, no, you couldn't hear anything because you was about your business and you was about God's business. So I don't know what y'all talking about, but no. That's what she
y'all know. I didn't say it like that, but that's how it registered with them.
Yes.
Yes. So from that, when I went to Landmark Education, started taking the program, the classes, and learning more and more about me as a person, me as a, it's like they deal with you first. That's the forum. That's about you, dealing with you. And then the next one is about your community. And then the next class is about the world. And boy, did I learn about my person, Mama Ayaba. I learned about my person. And I say my person because she said, when she wrote me something, and he said, your person. I'm like, how is she writing this? And then when I got it, it's like, I like that. Not me as that I identify with that's me. It's me. It's me. But I'm this person, and my spirit, my soul is separate. But this is the vessel and the personality that I've created of dealing with all the choices and all of the teachings that my mom and all the experiences and such, So and then somebody else wrote me back. I asked them to be a guest. She deals with astronomy, and I mean masterfully. She deals with that. Her family and all that. And so when she says, she speaks to herself as a third entity, that her person. And I had to read, and I'm like, why is she writing? Oh, yeah, because she was writing as though she was a secretary of hers, that she will not be able to come. Now, she's the one that's writing this, as far as I know, that she's going to consider, coming on. And then when she wrote me back, she said that she had not, as a person, that Dawn had not had time to come and visit us so that she can see what we're doing, so on and so forth. So I'm like, okay, I've learned some more stuff. So I thank God for all of my sisters. Danny, Danny's on her way somewhere out of town, but she says she's going to join us. So when she pops in, because I know when you're moving about, then everything is not based on your schedule. And so she'll pop in whenever she can. So I just want to get how are you doing? A quick, how are you doing? Let's start with Deetra. And Deetra is a team member with Razia.
Well, great Grand Rising, everyone. It's so good to be here. I'm truly honored to be a part of this collaboration.
Awesome. Now, Wheelie, greet us this morning.
Great day, everyone. Blessings to you all. Awake, alive, and aware.
Ashe. We were dealing with, we did our exercises this morning with her avatar. When I say avatars, because, now Wheelie, she does the exercises on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2:00 on Facebook, Eastern Standard Time. So you can always get in and join in during those times, but we do it at 6:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. or thereabouts every morning. So you can join us. It's a different Zoom number. So if you're interested, just let us know. Okay, let me see. Auntie Pam.
Hello, everyone. I'm wonderful. It's wonderful to be alive. I haven't been able to say that long, but I'm saying it right now. That's it. I'm done.
Okay, so now you got to tell them why the newness. Why not that long? Gwen is like, wait a minute, I've been knowing you for a long time. What are you talking about?
Well, let's just say that I've been in depression for 60-something years. I'm 65. I'll be 66 next month. And let's just say that I am free from all the chains that had me, that I'll say that I allowed to bind me. And so I feel like I've been reborn. So that's why I said what it was I said, whatever that was. But anyway, I'm feeling wonderful. And I have learned that life is a gift. And I knew it was, but I didn't take it as that. But now I know that it is a gift, and it's wonderful to be alive. And I just feel reborn, and I feel wonderful. So I look at things that I've been looking at my whole life like it's brand new, even the trees. And so I feel like a newborn babe with some knowledge. I'll say it like that.
I say. Lolly.
Hello, peace everyone. I am doing very well this morning, this day. I'm just extremely grateful just to have another day to just learn and explore and be around more people and connect even deeper into my purpose, my spirituality, and all of that. So yeah, I think that's about it for me.
Mama Bay. You're music. There you
Grand
go.
Rising, everyone. Blessed day, and may you all continue to manifest the evolution for which you were birthed in this world. I'm grateful for the acknowledgement and the evidence of the existence of this oneness of life that people call God. And the evidence of it is right here in the Elizabeth, because everybody's saying the same thing in different ways. That can only be coming from the one thing, the one God, the one energy that manifests through each and every one of us. And I'm like a detective, so I love to collect evidence. So thank you for the evidence.
Ayana? Okay. Unmute yourself, baby.
Grand Rising, spreading love and peace this early coming of this day. Yeah. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yesterday was a great day. Today is going to be even better.
Yes. Yesterday was beautiful. Let me get Danzy, because I know she's at her job. Greet us, baby. Unmute yourself. Oh, you are unmuted, but we don't hear you.
Okay, I have to unmute twice because I have you actually on my phone. So I'm giving thanks and praises to the Most High and my good and loving ancestors and my good and loving spirit guides today for my happiness, my health, my wealth, and my prosperity. And I'm also giving thanks for being introduced to such a beautiful and lovely group of sisters and all of the things that we can learn from one another. I look forward to learning as well as teaching. My cup runneth over.
Yeah.
I'm ready to give from my saucer.
Yes. I love it. Sky?
Grateful Rising Queens. I'm feeling great too. I'm right in line with all of our Elizabeths. I'm feeling alert. My word this summer is rediscovery. So I'm just taking the I just want to share this one thing my friend said the other day, that according to the Bible, that I'm still a baby because I'm only 51 years old. And I was like, oh, I accept that. That I feel like a beautiful little chocolate girl. And I'm just so excited about being loved and accepting love and searching for love. and I feel a little proud because I've been a little shy through the years with looking for it and in all the right places. So I've been doing that. So I'm an adventurer today as well, searching, seeking, and accepting. So it's a beautiful day, and all praises to the Most High, because I'm just waking up and I haven't even prayed yet. So all praises to the Most High for giving us this life. I'm so grateful.
Ashe, Ashe. Lily B.
Hey y'all, hello, beautiful people. I kind of missed the topic because my phone was acting crazy. So can we go over what we talked about, what we're thankful for? Oh, hey y'all, hey beautiful people. It's a beautiful day to have a beautiful day. That's what we gonna do. Y'all better smile, the sun's shining.
Thank you. Alita. Greet us this morning. Hum, hum, hum. Hum, hum, hum. Okay, we'll wait for her to come in. Fauna.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm eating my cherries and my grapes and my grapefruit and my lemon water.
Oh, I can taste it right now.
And some sunflower seeds.
Oh.
But I'm just grateful that I get to be in control of my life and make my own decisions.
Yeah.
Just a blessing. Like, us getting up doing the yoga. If we had to be at a job, we wouldn't be able to do that. So I'm glad I get to create my own life, and God gave me the gifts to do so.
Ashe. Pam, you wanted to say something?
Yes, I want to share this. God and I, we talk every day. And the Elizabeths are very powerful women, whether we know it or not. And there is an anointing upon the Elizabeths. So when a person comes in to join, whether they come once, twice, or every day, they are kind of, I won't use admitted into this anointing. I'll say it like that. And once you know something, you cannot unknow it. So when they come in and they are in this anointing, it's already too late because it'll be on them. So I just wanted to share that when they come in, that's just it. So I just wanted to share that.
You want to take the red pill or the blue pill?
and one more thing. What the Elizabeths decide individually to do with that power is between us and God. That's it. Okay, that's all I had to say.
And Gwen?
Yes, good morning. Grand Rising. I'm happy to be here. I told Sheila yesterday that when I'm in front of a group, how it's been lately is spirit. It's like, you don't have to know what you're going to talk about. I'm going to talk. And so I'm in that space this morning. We're just going to share. I had one idea. I told you, let's talk about this. But this morning, my spirit was like, no, we're going to talk about this. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm here. I'm excited to be here with all you beautiful ladies and making a connection with Sheila again. And yeah, I'm just grateful, thankful.
Yes.
Full of grace.
Say, you guys, you ladies, we're so used to that, but you queens, you Elizabeth, I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Even when Lolly pops in from I love it. Well, we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about as a matter of fact, are you ready, Gwen?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. We're going to just follow the spirit as you follow the spirit. We follow you as you follow the spirit.
Okay. So,
tell us a little bit about you first, baby.
Okay, I will. a couple of days ago, I got very angry with someone. So not to chop their head off, I swallowed it. So my throat is like releasing the anger that I would not release on someone else. So my throat is very raspy this morning. Okay, so I'll tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Omani Grace. I've just come out of a healing of being in a dark night of the soul. It's been a long journey, but the dark night of the soul is when you lose everything, uh, and it could include your mind. And so I actually did lose my mind. And next thing I know, I was on this journey with God, and didn't know until I was coming to the end of the journey that it was a dark night of the soul. Because it probably was, if I knew that, I would have just stayed in the dark. But because I didn't know it, I kept fighting for what I knew was the truth. And out of that, I really got that I was inside of a learning experience about who God was. You know, I've been a Buddhist since I was 19 years old. So as I started the dark night of the soul, I heard one day, I want you to be a minister. Me, a minister? Oh, if you really knew me, you know, I'm way to the left. I'm way to the left. And so me being a minister, actually, when I was on the mountain getting consecrated and I prayed like 6 days, like, okay, are you for real? I said that I would do this, but I want to get my stuff back, you know, because I had lost everything. And at that time, my stuff was important to me. And it's like, you'll give me my stuff back, I'll be a minister. But really in my heart, I'm not a minister. I do some things over to the side, right? That may not occur so godly, right? So I was up on the mountain saying something going on in heaven if God want me. But I've come to learn that God will use anybody. It doesn't matter what your situation is or who you think you are. So God will use anybody. And so right now my life is in service to God. And out of that, starting a journey, it's so funny. Because when I called my friend, I was like, I really think I'm going crazy now. She's like, what's the matter? I said, I think I just heard God call me to be a minister. She was like, I'll be right over. That's how far me being a minister, she's like, I'll be right over. It's like, oh my God. And so she came over and she was like, I don't know what to tell you to do. Well, we could go see Reverend Shahira. So I'm clear some of you probably know who Reverend Shahira is. So she's like, maybe we should go see Reverend Shahira. Well, I know Shahira. Okay, let's go to Shahira. And I walked in, I'm an avid reader. And I walked in, and on Wednesday, they read books. And they were reading Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, which was the same book I was reading. So I was like, oh, my people. So, but I hooked in with Shahira, and it was through her and going to church and going to class on Wednesday is that I went, oh, it's a wilderness experience. I was cast out into the wilderness. And out of that sermon that she gave, I got that it was bleak, but where was I headed? I was headed to, where were the Israelites headed when they were into the wilderness? They were headed to the land of milk and honey, the promised land. So when I went, oh, okay, I'm going to the land of milk, okay, I can step up for that. I got some direction. So that's how I started my walk. And it's been an incredible walk. Out of it, I started facilitating the Course of Miracles, which is mind-blowing if you could get your mind around it. And it's been an incredible journey. I started leading a course in 2007. I've done 20, I'm about to start my 27th circle. More than 400 people have read with me. So little by little, inch by inch, I'm building something here. So Spirit has been telling me, go Facebook Live, go, but I'm like, there's people out there way better than me. Let them do it, right? But then here comes Sheila and saying, okay, come on, get on Facebook. And I want you guys to know, I actually had a visceral response this morning. I woke up throwing up this morning, tried to lose my voice. So it's just the ego, because the ego lives in your body. The ego lives in the body. The body follows the mind, right? And so I was like, I'm still, and then couldn't get on Facebook. I'm like, oh, okay, now this is a move. I'm gonna keep pushing forward and I'm gonna get through, and everything, all is well anyway. So that's how I started the journey. And I'm just I just got my heart totally healed. I'll share this experience with you guys. When I was 2 years old, 18 months, I had a heart operation. And in my life, I've had these emotional upsets, but they would not match the situation I was going through. Like I would be emotionally upset to hysterical, but wait a minute, what just happened does not equate to that kind of pain. And so as a Buddhist, I learned a little bit about it. As I continued to go on, Eckhart Tolle, I learned about the pain body. That I was 2 years old. At Landmark, I realized at 2 years old, because Landmark is about languaging, and we'll talk about that in a minute. I learned that as a 2-year-old, I did not have language, but the pain of the operation was still in my body. So a lot of times I would have the pain body, but I didn't have the language for what I was dealing with. And I'll be 68 in September. And I just got that. Something that happened to me when I was 2 years old. I just got it complete. And now my heart is healed, right? My heart got healed out of me coming to the understanding that I was 2 at that time, 1956. Older than dirt seems like now. I saw somebody the other day, they were born in 1996. I was like, what? You just got here. Oh, Lord. Right. Yeah, so at 2 years old, I didn't have language, but this is the part that's very mystical and deep to me. At 2 years old, I didn't have the language, but what I realized when I went through this process, I also at that time had created abandonment issues because they didn't let your parents stay in the hospital with you in 1956. So could you imagine, I'm 2 years old, I can't really talk, I wake up, I'm in pain, and my mama not there. I'm hysterical as a 2-year-old. And I realized that that's where a lot of pain from my heart, a lot of guarding of my heart comes from. And that got complete for me. I really saw that by my mom not being there emotionally, what got created was abandonment issues, which I've never felt like I had abandonment issues. But I could see in that moment that my mom wasn't there, I had the experience of being abandoned. Now, the part that's uncanny about this is the thing that took me out was when my mother died. The thing that had me going the dark night of the soul was when my mother died. My mother was my best friend. She was my grandma. She was my wisdom counsel. She was my world, right? But I learned consequently that all parents, most parents, let me say all, but most parents are their children's first gods, right? And so I had to learn to take that energy, the God energy I had given my mother and my father, because they were awesome parents, and I had to return that love back to God. And so that's been really amazing. So when my mama died, I was complete with her living, but I couldn't be with her dying. The pain from that was so deep. That's what actually took me out of the game, because I couldn't deal with the pain and just the confusion of it all. And what if something happened in the future and what I'm gonna do? And oh my God, I could just die too. But in speaking the language of I could just die, I hate people, I hate life. Well, in a few months, my life started to look like that. And I woke up one day and realized I had buried myself with my mother. And I felt myself rise up. I was like, okay, right? Just raise up from the dead, right? And I had gone to the water. And while I was at the water, I heard, your mother died, you didn't, and you have things to do. So I was like, okay, I got busy. And, my mother was my greatest teacher spiritually. So I knew everything was blew up, but I knew to go to my spirit first, get my spirit foundation in first. So that's how the journey went. I went piece by piece. I learned how, let me just finish the part about my mother, right? Don't you think it's uncanny that today I would be here speaking and my mother's name is Elizabeth? The first time I've stepped out like publicly, like I do my thing with my circles, but publicly sharing with other people. This may have been the second time. And when I sat down, it was like, okay, wait a minute, I moved. It's like returning that connection with my mother that I haven't been able to have because God wanted me to connect to God and have that connection that I had with my mother to create that kind of connection with Mother God, Father God. So today to, be here again is because I've been in her course before. So to be here is a completion for me, a wholeness for me. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity. So I made that connection today, y'all. So that was super powerful for me to really get that. Yeah. So my journey has been an incredible journey. I had to learn so much. And I really got this spiritual thing, y'all. It's a puzzle that you got to learn how to put together. And if you learn how to put or it's a combination. If the combination is 20, 22, 34, if you hit 20, 22, 35, you're not going to get in. So what I've learned about the spiritual principles is their combinations, their tools. You got to know what tools to use when. If I need a screwdriver and I'm trying to use a hammer, it's not going to work, right? And so you have to really study the spiritual principles. And so I really learned, I understand now why they say mind, body, spirit. It always goes together. Why? Because it's a system. It's a mind, body, spirit system. And if one of your systems is off, and you don't handle that system, it'll take another system off balance. And if you don't handle that system, it'll take another system off balance. And mostly when we start to really pay attention is when we start to have pain in our body. Then all of a sudden, oh, something's wrong. But you've already heard. You heard it spiritually first, but spirit talks softly and not repeatedly. So you might miss it. Then you'll start to have thoughts about it repeatedly. If you don't take action, then you'll miss it. And then you'll start to have how you feel emotionally about something. If you miss it, it's like, okay, you missed all this time. Okay, have her knee start hurting and she can't walk. Oh, all of a sudden you're paying attention because your knee hurt. But the pain had already started coming down. You just ignored it. But when it gets in the body, all of a sudden we start to pay attention. And I know all you guys know Louise Hay, and I've listened to a couple of you guys talk. You guys are really into the health and healing, but Louise Hay, she really talks about if it's happening in the body, you can see where it's coming from emotionally and mentally. And if you handle it emotionally and mentally, it'll leave the body. That's how you can heal yourself. So, and learning that, right, and applying that, life just started to open up for me. So it is and still continues to be an incredible journey. But the journey really started out of me. Sheila shared about landmark education. Well, landmark education really is about how to have a powerful inquiry. If you really look at any of all the masters, the philosophers of the ages, they knew how to have powerful inquiries. And so when you read, you really find out, you have to ask the right question. If you don't ask the right question, you can't get in, right? So the question that I started off with before I knew I was going through a spiritual process, I know I'm a millionaire. So now I need to find out what's going on that is not happening. I'm not online for it. So I said, okay, I asked the universe, ask and it is given. How come I'm not a millionaire? Well, it took me a really long time till about 3 years ago, and this started in 2007, for me to realize I was asking the wrong question. If I say to the universe, how come I'm not a millionaire? Well, the universe does this. This how come, 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 this how come. I'm like, well, how much? Yeah, because it's the wrong question. Oh, okay. What's the right question? Who do I need to be a millionaire? That's the question. Who do I need to be? And millionaire, when I talk about wealth conscious, because that's my deal, I teach the Course of Miracles along with wealth consciousness. Because if you're wealthy spiritually, mentally, emotionally, then the physical realm is just a done deal. Because like somebody shared earlier, you'll be in the overflow. And when you're in the overflow, can't nothing stop you, can't nothing get in your way. But I'm just gonna follow spirit. So how do you get in the overflow? Well, one of the principles that I found out about was the law of absorption. And the law of absorption says that 98% of what we need to thrive and strive in life is free. 98% of what we need to be on top of our game is free. That we go out and work for is 2%. Okay, wait a minute, I missed something. So when you really, really get that, you start to go, wait a minute. Well, what is absorption? Absorption, how do we get out of survival? So many people in survival. Well, it starts with the 5 major things. If you look at shelter, okay, you got to have shelter. But guess what? These are like the basics, right? You got to have shelter. But guess what? Having clothes is more important than shelter, right? And having food is more important than clothing and shelter, because if you don't have no food, you don't need no clothing and shelter, right? Having water is more important than food, shelter, and clothing. Air. Oh, we know how critical air is. If you can't take your next breath, none of that other stuff before that even matters. And then there's your consciousness, your faith, your inspiration. And finally, just being totally in touch with that mystery, the mystery of God. So how do you get to this actual law? It's through faith, prayer, meditation, communion with the presence of God, and being present to the power of God. Those are the most effective ways of getting in touch with your absorption. So, but how do you obtain that? It's through 5 things: beauty, music, incense, fragrant odors, and the sense of touch, the 5 senses. I want you to know, okay, so when I got this, I'm like, okay, let's practice. So every day I start absorbing the beauty of God, the greenery of God. It was last summer, the greenery of God, the sky, just marveling at the sky. And look how many, it's abundance everywhere. It's an abundance of what I want to say, grass blades right now. There's so much grass out there, you can't even count. It's billions of grass blades out there now. So I just start practicing. But what I saw from practicing the law of absorption, you just absorb it. Absorb it. You actually fill yourself up. And when you get filled up, blessings just start falling out everywhere. I started going, what? I started getting, and so the people who I shared this with, they saw me actually do it. And now we're all practicing absorbing just the beauty and wonder of God. And when you fill yourself up with it, the blessings, and that's how you get yourself in the overflow. I went, oh, that is so powerful. So the wealth consciousness piece is the piece I'm really interested in. Anything that said prosperity, abundance, wealth consciousness, spiritual consciousness, anything that read about, anything that said anything about that, I've read it, right? And I'm a Buddhist. I've been a Buddhist since I was 19. But one of my assignments was to read the Bible. And so I started reading the Bible. And what I saw in the Bible, the Bible got some good stuff, but it's got some stones in there. I can see that. But in reading the Bible, there's so much conversation in there about abundance and prosperity, right? And so I just started extracting those principles out because the truth is the truth. Even though you tried to surround it by lies so we wouldn't find out that it's the truth, it's still the truth. So I just started pulling those principles out. Ask and it is given is a principle. The principle of Malachi, you give to God, God, you can't outgive God. So if you give to God, God go give back to you tenfold. You know, and just all those principles, the prayer of Jabez, right? Bless me, oh Lord, indeed. Those are all prosperity principles. And then I started noticing in the Bible how many people became millionaires. Lots of people in the Bible became millionaires, and one of the most famous is Joseph. And the thing about Joseph that was so inspiring was Joseph was a visionary. Joseph was a visionary. And that's how he got everything, because somebody told the king that he could see visions, and the king, whatever the story is. But the part about it, it's there too. Without a vision, a people will perish. So you got to have a vision. And so visioning is a big part of what I do in my ministry. I've worked with vision boards from the very beginning, and now have honed in on a process that'll have your vision boards jump, 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 jump. It start jumping out. You know how when people do vision boards, they have everything on there, right? Just everything, 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 everywhere. I'll show you. I just did one. I'm supposed to do 3. I just did 1. They'll have everything, everything, everything on their vision boards. Well, from doing the process of vision boards, I was like, instead of having a big vision board, I make little ones now. And so the whole thing about, I'll share with you. The whole thing about your vision boards is this: you got to think it. What is it you would like to have? You got to see yourself having it already done, how you go, and then you got to feel how you go, what you go feel like when you get it. Those 3 things. You got to think it, what is it you want? And then you got to see yourself having it, doing it, accomplishing it, the end result of it. And then you got to feel yourself at the end result. So we honed it in. So this is the vision. One thing I really found, and I'll just share this with you guys. This is my vision board. The first one I make is, okay, God, we always asking God for what we want. I really got from doing the vision board so much. It's like, okay, but who am I going to be for God? I went, oh, okay, God, let me put you first. So this is the first one I said, okay, God, this is me just holding my hands out. I receive it, God. Then I said, okay, God, for you this year, I'm going to be random acts of kindness. So then I start focusing on random acts of kindness. It's the only thing I'm girl, I had people in line wanting me to do stuff for them. I was like, okay, I must have a backlog of kindness. I was like, okay, that's enough of that for right now. And so I went on to being grateful and thankful. Just every day, just finding and looking and just acknowledging and being grateful for thankful for how much I've received and am receiving every day. But this one right here is the one that got me. Ready, set, play. I lead classes, you guys. People are saying, well, when are we going to have our vision board class? When are we going to have our prosperity class? I'm playing right now. And so as soon as I come inside from playing, we'll start another class, right? Because I've been having so much fun playing. And so I was like, okay, this thing is amazing. I wish I could find my vision boards from last year, because last year I did 3 vision boards and everything on the vision boards hit. So what I would just want to tell you, don't put a whole bunch of stuff on your vision boards. Just put on there what you want to focus on. So we do 3 sets of vision boards. We do who we gonna be for God. Then we say, okay, God, this is what I want you to do for me. This is what I'm gonna be for you. This is what I want you to do for me. And this is the project I'd like to, and I do a little vision board about the project and what I want my project or whatever it is I'm up to. And I just take one thing on there and just focus on being. Okay, so now we got to being.
Great, Grace?
Yes.
I need to take a little moment and
Okay.
it is 9 o'clock. Facebook and YouTube, it's 9 o'clock and we're going to exit. And we'd like for you to join us over at in our Zoom. We're going to continue until 10 o'clock. And so if you go to elizabethvisionaryconference.org, get the ticket and register and come and join us. And you can use that same ticket. You don't have to register again and to come in Monday through Friday of every week. But we're going to say peace out and we're going to continue. And you want to continue with us because she is putting it down. I know I'm going to listen to this again.